whose name was Francesco. He became Muslim. His Muslim name is Isa, which is Jesus' name in Arabic.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So what you are saying you are more inclined to Buddhism, right?
Philosophically, yes. No, you see, Buddhism is not really
A religion.
a religion
Because
itself.
it has 8 ways, right? Do you follow all 8 ways?
No, I aspire,
Okay. Yes. Okay.
and again, I tend not to take it too probably literally. That's why I cannot define myself a Buddhist.
Right. Okay. I see. I see.
I don't. I cannot.
I see,
But
I
the way he tries to explain human nature resonates with me. Okay. So I don't. I really. I was raised a Catholic. Catholic school. No, that was my cultural environment. But I really struggle with the concept of a creator, for example, or supernatural being. I don't have it in me. You see what I mean? And
Okay.
it doesn't work. It doesn't really work. I tried. But
What we say is the belief of creator or knowledge of the creator is intrinsic, means it's a built-in package within you. The idea of disregarding the creator is come from external factor, but intrinsically a human being born with knowing there is a maker. So it's the family, society, however, your society has an influence, your family has an influence, your friend has an influence, and we cannot de-recognize them. Because of this influence, we actually tend to follow their way than the intrinsic way.
But the same could be said of around.
No, I would say this intuitiveness can be proven.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a difficult one, isn't it?
No, I'll tell you why. Like imagine if you are in plane, and if the pilot announced that we just hit on the heavy surface, and we are going to collapse, and we all are going to die. Do you think people will just sit there, live alone and doing nothing?
No, probably most of them are going to pray.
Not most of them. All of them will pray to a higher being. What does it tell you?
It tells me that human beings, including myself, we have
An
natural
incline.
need.
Correct.
But
Correct.
The fact that
Correct.
the fact that I need something or I want something to exist doesn't make it real.
No. The question is, it would not come intrinsically from you unless it was given to you before. Now imagine if you never had a money, would you ask for money ever if the money is not required? Because the money concept is not there.
I agree.
You see, so this is the counter narrative of this idea that no, because of the need we are calling. Because look, the essence of worship is that Creator doesn't need us, we need the Creator. Do you see my point?
I do.
If I and you, Antonio, right? Antonio, Aziz, we both doesn't exist. It will not belittle the Maker. It will not harm him, not increase him or decrease him.
Yes.
But we need his help. Do we not need his help?
So I think that we all feel comforted by the feel and the knowledge, if there is such knowledge, that we have somebody protecting us, taking care of us. That's human. No? That's natural.
Antonio, this is a good point you touched upon. You know, when you say satisfaction and comfort, this is something you cannot touch and it's not like a hand. It's something untouchable, intangible, right? So these things, the human are made up of tangible and intangible, love, compassion,
Yes.
sorrow, comfort. These are the things we don't see. We cannot disregard them. These exist in our reality because we experience those,
Agree.
right? So therefore, when I'm talking about these things, this is not a random coincidence,
But you see,
or it generates through our motion. No.
but the fact that I experience something even very strong love, fear, hope, very strong feelings. No? This doesn't make these feelings real in a tangible way. I experience them. They're real for me, from my own human experience, but it's here. So that doesn't mean something in my head, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, even if I feel very, very strong about it, doesn't make it real in the outer reality.
Yeah. So, for example,
Even in Christianity, back in the Middle Ages, many philosophers or theologists wanted to prove the existence of God, the Christian God in this case, but no, the existence of God.
okay,
of a
let,
maker.
let me give you the definition of God in Islam, and then we will evaluate or analyze how that connect with the human mind. So we believe, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate, right? And the most gracious. We say, Qul huwallahu ahad. Say Allah is one. One, not three in one, not four in one, not two in one, only one. One and nothing else, only one. Allahu Samad. Allah is the eternal refuge. He is self-sufficient. The third line, Lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Third and fourth line, which is he neither begets nor born. Means he doesn't have a father, neither he has a son. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. You cannot find any comparable to him anything. Means you cannot compare anything with God.
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But you
Now,
see,
I'll come to that. I'll come to your point now. Now, whenever if you would agree some of the things within yourself, you love, your compassion, and you are trying to find out whether these are real or are they fake.
no.
No,
I
okay.
don't.
So-
Actually, I believe that everything I do experience in my own being doesn't inherently have any reality. It's just a ripple on the surface. There we come, there we go. But they are not necessarily real in the sense of real. It's something which is within myself that I do experience, but again, this doesn't make anything as such
Okay.
objectively real.
Yeah. So let's establish one at a time. So do you believe there is higher being or not?
I don't.
Okay. So do you say there is something and I don't know?
I would like.
Okay.
I would like.
Okay.
That would be very, very comforting to an extent to me. But
Rather than
genuinely-
using comforting, less objectively or less without bias, let's look
Okay.
into if there is a
Okay,
creator or not.
let
And
me-
what
let
are
me
the
stop you there for a
yeah,
second.
please.
Okay. So if we talk about belief, you ask me, do I believe? So belief is not the realm of intellect. You cannot prove that something that you cannot see or touch exists. You can believe, and I do completely respect it.
You know, belief and disbelief neither can be proven. You can't prove or you can't disprove. Both of them. It doesn't just apply to.
No.
Do you see?
But no.
Agree. Right. So
Do you know Bertrand Russell?
yeah, I know.
You know the example of the teapot. So the guy said, listen, the guy was an atheist, but very intellectually sharp. They said, listen, I'm going to tell you that there is a teapot between here and the moon. You cannot see it. No, it's too small. A telescope cannot see, but it's there. What do you think?
I think it's a very simple thing. So if we make a scenario, that not conceivable in the human mind, that means I am creating a false premise. I am creating a false premise to disbelieve in it. What I would say to you, if you look at the rational reasoning within the surrounding of ourselves, how natural laws the things are working. If you take them an example, then you surely lead to the creator, rather than creating an absurd scenario to disbelieve. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
It's difficult because we, both yourself and myself.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because would you say you want to be objective, number one, and number two, consistency. When I say consistency is, how do we deal with our day-to-day life? we apply our rational reasoning, right? 2
Great.
plus 2 is 4. When you cross the road, you look right and left. When you eat food, you make sure it doesn't go off, right? So all of the things here, every day to day life, what you are using is the rational reasoning you are applying.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
The sensory reasoning. Now I am telling you, if you have this on your, you have. Now apply it for God existence, right? I'll give you 3 questions. Simple. And what Allah tells us, these 3 questions. Allah said, Am khuliqu min ghayri shayn, am humul khaliqun, am khalaqu samawati wal ardi bal la yuqinun. Were the creator of nothing, or they're the creator of themselves, or rather than no, rather than or certain. Now question back, number 1. Can something come from nothing?
No.
Of course, now. Can self-creation possible?
No.
By default, then you must believe in something. Because there is no third option.
I struggle to accept this, but it's your point.
No. I said, one thing I struggle to accept, Brother Antonio, and one thing I have the rational reasoning that I use it every day to day life. I want that standard to tell me, where are you leading to? Without, if you have that push, no, I'm going to disbelieve, and then you make the proposition, then you will not believe.
Well,
Do you see my point?
I do.
But if you say, no, I am rational, whether if it leads to me, I will accept it.
You see,
Now, the third proposition is by default, there is indicating there is a maker, a being.
no, a few minutes ago you told me, we all are the product of our environment. I was born in a family, in a society, in a city, where Christianity was the norm. And that's how I grew up, with the idea of a creator, the idea of a God. You too, a different God, a different, but
Actually, Brother Antonio, I wanted to add you one thing here. When you brought this argument, right, this is actually goes along with the second argument I said. Allah said, Am humul khaliqun. Are you the creator of yourself? Or did the society created themselves?
let me finish. What I'm trying to say is that
So they cannot be a maker. These are the reality
no,
exist in
you're
our.
talking to a person
Yeah.
who grew up with the idea of a maker, the idea of a Godfather. In my case, it was a Christian God. If I were born where you were born, or
Yeah.
some country, it would be different. But if you ask the very same question, for example, to a human being who,
Yeah.
2,000 years ago, before Islam, before Christianity, before Judaism, for example, emerged, they did not have this concept. So we find this concept
No, I think, let me.
natural because we are born in them.
No, I'll tell you why.
And it's difficult to disentangle, no?
I'll tell you why, Brother Antonio, with due respect to you, that since the dawn of the creation of mankind, there are reasoning given to human being. The reason why I say apply your rational reasoning, not the external one. External one can be science, evolution, and all these factors, right? I am saying if you apply your internal one, which you can testify that it does exist, you can apply it. And I am saying if you apply these tools, even if the first man, when he would drink water in a desert, he would not say, oh, this thing is randomly comes out. No, he would say, where does that drink come from? Where did I come from? So these, right, on that note, Brother Antonio, that the innate reasoning was given by our maker, because the reality we see, this reality comes into existence with the basic principle that its self-creation cannot be possible. And that's why, Allah telling us, the creator of the heavens and the earth, He created you. He knows how you think. And therefore, He put a reasoning so that you know this is from. Otherwise, how did Creator know that which one argument you will reject?
I will think about this. I need some time to think about it.
Do you see my point? Like imagine Adam, who was born, In the middle of a desert. I'm creating a scenario here.
Yeah.
And he suddenly found a mobile phone. Do you think Adam would say, this is a random creation? Or he would say there is a maker there?
No, agree. So it must be coming from somewhere.
Exactly. So look, these tools. Now, since the creation of mankind, God left sign for you to believe. Like for example, Adam seen the sun, the moon, the star, the galaxy. If you go to any country, you will not find they don't see the sunlight. They don't see the moonlight, unless you are in Norway. But you see other sign of rain and
Yes.
all this, right? So all these natural phenomena are there for us to observe, and so that we can connect. Where does that come from? Just imagine, think about your oxygen. When you release oxygen, when you take oxygen, it comes from the tree. And when you release the carbon dioxide, how come tree is so designed that it's taking off the carbon dioxide?
Because we emerge
No.
from this world. And
No.
that's the only way we could
No,
appear.
no, because you already agreed the first premise, there is a maker.
But you see,
Where you have a maker, when you establish your maker, suddenly you can't say, look, no, oh, I don't believe the creation of the maker. As if like, you accept me, but you don't accept my bag.
no, I see what you mean.
But I'm coming with a bag as a full total package. Do you see my? My brother Antonio, Islam is a religion which directly speaks to the mind. When I say mind, what does it? Islam in the Quran, one of the passage of the Quran, it say it's not the eye blind, it's the heart blind. Does it mean Islam literally telling you? Quran doesn't tell you it's not the eye blind. It's talking about that even if someone sees through the eye, but they don't resonate. Yeah, right. So Allah in the Quran, every other line in the Quran, Allah talks about the natural phenomenon. And Allah tells us our own creation and the creation of the universe. And Allah is pointing us, do reflect on the creation. And do you think I created everything aimlessly? Or rather I give you a purpose? And then Allah tells us purpose in the Quran, in His book. And Allah tells, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That I have not created mankind and jinkind other than to worship
And
me.
what is the purpose of mankind?
Okay, that's it. So Allah said to worship God means, Brother Antonio, since all of your life you enjoyed some free blessing. First of your own life, you didn't choose to be born. You were given a life to enjoy this world. You taken free oxygen since birth. Your heart is beating perfectly since birth. You enjoy uncountable number of favors.
Agree.
Right. All of those given to free. Now all of those things you cannot grow yourself, or you do not own yourself. The body that you have is under control, but you don't own it. There is a difference between owning and controlling. At the moment, everything was given free. My mind's instruction, my hand is listening, right? So all was given free so that I can exercise in this world. At the same time, Creator send us an external guidance, because through our own desire, we do not know what is our purpose. Someone would say, I wanted to be a dancer. Someone would say, I want to be a football player. I want to be a singer. So we will have a chaos. So they are rather God decided, He created mankind, then He revealed the purpose. Why our existence in this universe? Why I am here? Where I am going? Where I am heading towards? What will happen after death? Will there be life after death? Will there be paradise? Will there be hell? All of those things, information, existential question cannot be found through our rational reasoning. But one thing for surety, through our reasoning we know there is a maker. And then Allah defines it. Allah saying, the being you think is not in the creation. It's not stone, statue or animal. It's rather the creator is unlike the creation. Imagine, Antonio, if I make a book, I am unlike the book. I'm not like the book. So the creator of the heavens and the earth is unlike the creation. Exactly, unlike the creation, right? So therefore, Islamic concept goes align with the natural mind that given you. It's like, I'll tell you a good analogy. Imagine you have a group, a set of keys, 20 keys, and there is a lock there. And there is only one key for unlock the lock.
Following you.
Yeah? Now, the moment you use the right key, what does it do? It's
Clicks.
open.
It opens.
Open. Same way, when the creator of the heavens and the earth, message come to you, it unlocks the heart. The whole point of rejection is, you know why? Because you do not find the right one. The moment you find right one, it's opening. Just like you agreed with me with the first premise that a man on a desert never say, he doesn't use science at that time, did he? No. He doesn't have any external tool available. But through his own reasoning available, and he confirmed that through this reasoning, yes, I exist, the phone exists, water exists. So therefore a creator exists.
Listen, we talk about a lot of things. I need to think about that.
Yes, yeah.
And now
I wanted to give you a copy of the Quran.
And then we read it.
I'll give you a copy of the Quran, Anthony, yeah. And this is the booklet on the Quran, because I want you to, think about it and, read this, open,
will.
any other page, open it.
I will read it. I promise
And
you.
I promise. And Brother Antonio, all I would say to you, and then this are the intellectual reasoning, right? But we have other compelling evidence and proof. I'll mention to you few, and you wanted to think. This Quran was been told that this is the only book on the face of the earth, religious book, which has been preserved by memory. Allah revealed the book, and Allah said, I will guard it. Means this book is memorized by millions, so that God guidance for everyone available. So no human being say, look, I didn't have the correct guidance. So we have that guidance. And it has many miracles in there. Many miracle means there is a challenge in the Quran that this is a God book. If you think this is not a God book, then produce a book like it. If you can't produce a book like it, make a 10 chapter like it. And then it was told to make 1 chapter like it. Means there is a linguistic challenge there. And the whole humanity, since the dawn of when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came, after they till 1500 nearly odd years, that the linguistic scholar, the theologian, the scholar, they looked into the challenge of the Quran, and they come to a conclusion that this cannot be imitable. What does that tell you? If human being cannot make it, and if we have the raw material present, and still you cannot make it,
It must be coming from somewhere.
exactly. Now the source is, we're going back to the book declared that it is from the Tanzilum min Rabbil Alameen. This is the revelation from Master of the universe. And Allah said, this guide, this book will open the heart and mind so that you can connect with that. Just like the key with the locker. On that note,
I will promise you that I will read it.
and I ask God, may God guide you to Islam, Anthony. You are a very lovely person. And I really feel that good conversation. And
Thanks
you would
a
have,
lot.
and I really appreciate that,
Thank
Take
you
your
for
time.
gift and your time.
And time,
Gift
yeah.
not only this. Your
Yeah.
gift, okay?
And as well, I enjoyed the conversation. I hope, what's your so far? What's your take so far? If you say in one line, what have you taken?
You make me think. So I need no. It's
All the best. Look after yourself.
Take care.
Thank you. Brother Antonio said he will think, and I ask Allah to guide him. Please make dua for him. Assalamu alaikum.